Hello viewers, welcome to another episode of the Biblical Perspective on Parenting. We have been talking about discipline, and in the last episode we talked about teaching, order, and obedience. But what happens when a child chooses to defiantly disobey the rules that are set or the boundaries that are set in the family? What should you do as the parent? For example, you have told your 10-year-old or 11-year-old child that every evening after dinner, she's responsible for cleaning up the plates and seeing that the kitchen or the sink is cleaned and cleared for the next day. And this particular evening, your daughter refuses to do that because she was watching an interesting movie or cartoon, and therefore she reasoned, I can always do it in the morning. After all, what's the big deal? So that is a deviant, willful disobedience. What should you do? As the parent, you should rise up to the occasion and let your daughter know or the child know that rules or instructions are meant to be obeyed. And a good way is to punish or discipline that child. Discipline, we have been established, is what we do for the child, not what we do to the child. The parent should rise up to the responsibility of knowing that discipline is what you do for the child because you have a goal in mind to raise a child that is self-governing, a child that is responsible, respectful, and contributory positively to society. And so, when a child deviantly disobeys the boundaries set in the family, the parent should rise up and give the child a reason to remember that instructions are meant to be obeyed, especially when they are done deviantly. But there are times a child might do something that goes against the boundaries or the limits of acceptable behavior in the house. For example, we may have established to our younger children that no playing around in the sitting room and no playing with friends in the sitting room. Maybe there is a designated place for play or a place outside the house. And this particular day, you come back home to discover that your precious, prized flowers has been crushed. And you got to hear that when little Moses was running around in the sitting room, he hit the table accidentally, and then the vase tumbled and fell. That could be an act of childish irresponsibility, not deviant disobedience. So we have to distinguish what it is and administer our discipline or punishment appropriately. And let us always not forget that at all times, even when we discipline our children, we must demonstrate love, we must demonstrate affection, kindness, and understanding. And a good way is to ask the child, why am I disciplining you? What have you done? What did you do wrong? And the child explains, and then you also. And then after that process of discipline, you call the child and then end it up with a discussion one-on-one so that the child understands that it is the behavior that the wrong behavior, the negative behavior you disapprove of, not the child. We should be able to, show that it is the behavior we disapprove of, not the child. The child should always feel secure in our love. And therefore, we as parents should know how to differentiate between the act and the child. We should mind the words we say. We should mind the attitude we put up. At all times, we should not discipline children in anger. That is very, very important. So, punishment also should not be done where other people can see, especially outsiders. Punishment should be administered away from the curious eyes of outsiders. So whatever it is that our child has done or our children have done against our set rules or boundaries, when we do administer punishment or discipline them for that, it should be carried out in such a way that they will still feel secure in our love. Thank you very much for listening. I hope you remember to share this with those who need to have this. And then don't forget to subscribe to our channel and let us see your comments. They will be very helpful. God bless you. Bye.